Hi, my name is Coach Dina McD, and we will have a beautiful half hour of Chair Tai Chi. Have you ever stretched where you feel stronger? Well, this particular class will get you right where you want to be. Let's sit tall and your feet shoulder width apart. Relax your hands on the front of your knees. Just let them slide forward. And just down to the tip of your shins. And slide them back to the top of your thighs. Yes, just slide like a little leg massage. We'll do a lot more different things, but let's just start right here. Roll it down and back up and down. One more time. Now turn your fingers in, your elbows come out, fingertips just touch barely. Bring it up and exhale down. And in, exhale out. Up and down. Use those lungs. Next time you come to the top, you're going to open your hands out. Open out, just halfway. Bring them back to center and come back down. You've got the motion. Beautiful job. And allow your arms to drop down to your side. One hand goes on your thigh and just lean ever so slightly to one side. A small circle. A couple of classes I've had my dog with me, but today she said no. She decided to sleep in. It's always fun to have my furry friend around. Reverse that circle. Feel that shoulder open up, small circles. And come back to center. Sit tall, big breath. And exhale. All the way out. Inhale as big as you can. Exhale, hot breath. Open up that mouth. Drop that arm and lean to the side. And little circles. Now, allow your chin to reach towards your shoulder as you lean to that side. Look down. Look out to that floor. Reverse your circle. Sit tall. And release. Dropping your other arm down, scoop, a circle, and bring it just right over your head and lean in. And to the side again. So you're working on balance, believe it or not, because you're tilting your body from side to side. Feel that core getting stronger. Now, I refer to your core so often, and what that indicates is your belly, your back, your abs, your chest, that trunk area, mostly right around your belly. Lift up Last one. And drop that back down. Changing sides, drop that arm, rotate your hand so the palm is up, and scoop and lift. Just let all the tension go. Just feeling beautiful today. And if you're a guy doing this class, guys can feel beautiful too. Continue to breathe. Last one. And bringing it back down to center. Raise one foot and just simply place it back down on the ground. We're going to change legs. We'll add another element, but let's get the legs in action. So it's a slow motion march. So drawing that knee up. Now, slow does not mean easy by any means. You're controlling each movement. Now, the opposite hand with the opposite knee. Lift it up and release it down. So you're holding it just for a brief second. And release. Lift up that chest. I feel I grew 6 inches all of a sudden. Sometimes we find ourselves slouching. It's one of the most common things. But as you correct your posture, just sitting in correct posture, that's work. And as you correct your posture, your muscles have memory. And you begin excuse me again. You begin to sit straight all the time without thinking about it. So your posture helps digestion, breathing, walking, every aspect. Simply sitting tall. Last one. And release. Extend one leg, hold it there, and point and flex. Okay? Hold that point and flex. Sit tall. And release. Changing sides. Extend. Point and flex. Pull those shoulders down and back. That's right. We're working on sitting tall. I like to pretend I'm wearing a princess crown. And release one more time. Each side. Extend. Point and flex. I always say I'll wear a princess crown, but I never do. My daughter has a tiara. If I had the courage, maybe next time I'll wear it. And release. Extend. Last time this side. Big breaths. Exhale. And release. One hand comes up, palm is up. As you get to the top, rotate and push out. Circle in, palm is up. Yep, rotate. Kind of like the queen wave, right? I know, I did that on purpose. Bring it up. Or for me, princess wave. And out. Under. And rotate. Last one, up. And bring it down. Changing sides. Palm is up. As soon as you get to as high as you can, rotate and reach out. Scoop under. Lift up. Rotate. So now you have a princess wave, just in case you're ever in a parade and you have to wave for hours. You're ready. Hey, you never know what you'll have to do someday, right? Continue to breathe. Last one. And release. Open both arms, palms are up, big breath. Exhale as you come in. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Continue with that motion, keeping your elbows high, keeping that core in check, shoulders relaxed. When you get to the middle, one arm goes up and one arm goes down. Back to center. Change sides. Now adding another element. Look up to the hand that's going up. Back to center, hold it there. Now the other hand, look up that direction. Center. Continue with that movement. So you can look right in the middle of the palm of your hand. And back to center. Relax those arms. Just let them rest on your thigh. Extend your leg, point, and draw it in, pulling it under your chair. So you're working that hamstring. Point and pull. Lift. Gently pull it underneath. Yes. So you can work as hard or as easy as you want. You can do a small range of motion with your leg, or as you're able, extend and work that knee completely open and squeeze behind in your chair. Last one. And release. Let's change sides. Extend point strong. And flex under your chair. Squeeze underneath. Well done. Up. Big breaths. Exhale through your mouth. Oh yes. Smile. Last one. Point hard, strong. And release. Stepping out to the side and use that arm. Reach out as long as you can. Hold it there. Open your fingers. Draw it back in. Change sides. Step and open. Reach through that shoulder. See how I'm reaching through this hand, but this shoulder stays back, so you're not rotating. You're opening that chest. Draw it back. Let's go again. Open and reach. Pushing that opposite shoulder back. Pull up that chest. There's so much to think about. Draw it back. And out. I'm sliding back on my chair. Hold there. Push that opposite shoulder back. One more each side. So if you have to adjust your chair, sometimes your body will start to slide back. Try to stay on the edge most of the time. And back. Last one. Hold it there, lift up. Feel that stretch and movement. And back to center. Let's grab a quick water break. I've been trying to drink a gallon of water, and I found out I have to drink 6.5 of these water bottles for a gallon. That's a lot of water. But I am up for the challenge. My body will say thank you. I know. Place your feet together so your knees come together. So now you're working the inner part of your legs. Perfect. One hand drops down. Circle down towards your feet and just draw it in. So shoot your fingers down and scoop. Pull it in. Yes. Change sides. Now at any time you feel stabbing, that's a red flag to stop. But a little bit of uncomfortable feeling is how you have to judge your rate of perceived exertion. 1 to 10. 10 you don't want to be, that's way too hard. You don't want to be a 1 because that means you're probably asleep. So somewhere in between. Now let's do both hands together. Keep those knees tight together. Reach. Bring it up a little bit higher towards your head and draw it down. Nice job. Lean forward, scoop. Open those fingers. Up high, up high. Just frame your face. I feel like that video of Madonna back in the day, Vogue. Remember that? I don't know. That was just kind of a silly video, but the motion is helpful. You're using those shoulders, those ab muscles, your hands. We have one more. The silly things that go on in my mind. Whew. And release. Now doing the opposite movement, you're going to open your legs wide. Your toes are pointed out. They're not in. Turn your toes out in line with your knees. Now, reach down towards your toe and lift up. So it's a rocking motion. Down and up. Now, if your range of motion is here, that's fine. Just start slow and then maybe go a little farther as you're able. Many of these movements are practical movements. So you have to tie your shoe. You have to bend over, right? So you hopefully won't tie your shoe like this, but that strength and exercise to bend over is there. One more. Draw that in, sit tall, extend that arm out, and lean in. Maybe start a little smaller to begin with. And over. Keep your head up. You never want to drop your head below your heart. Always keeping that head up. Big breaths, exhale. So yes, I have always put myself in for a challenge, and the latest for me is the gallon water a day. And maybe you want to start with a half gallon, yeah? Or maybe you drink a ton of water. It just hydrates your body and makes your skin happy, your tummy happy, so many things. Water is such a gift. And up one more time. Draw it back in. Bring your legs back to shoulder width apart. Arms push out. Point your fingers out strong. And simply drop your ear to one side. Wow, I feel that. I love it. Back to center. Take a breath. Exhale. And other side. And continue just easy one side then the other. Now if your arms feel uncomfortable, you can always drop them down lower. Just don't push them any higher. Sit tall. And back to center. Relax those arms. Start with a small core circle. Your hands just rest on your thighs. Let's give our arms a little bit of a break. A little bigger each time. Now reverse that circle. Start small, little small. There must be something pollinating my nose. I'm feeling like Bewitched. Remember that show? I always wanted those powers. Didn't you? To clean your whole house, be like Bewitched and just twitch your nose and your whole house is perfect. Oh well. I always thought that as a homemaker, which I have been my whole life, homeschooled my kids and taught fitness, I always felt like housework was at least job security. You'd always have that around. Goodness. Exhale. One more circle. And release. Turning to the side, open that foot and draw it back in. Open heel toe and draw it back in. I'm going to have to scoot up on my chair. I'm sliding back. Open, heel toe, together. So always have that choice to adjust your seat. You want to ideally have your knees the same height as your hips in the chair you use. So think about what chair you have available that would accommodate that height for you. I'm little, I'm only 5'3", so I have, a little tiny chair. Like Goldilocks, right? She has the little tiny chair. Back to center. And back to center, holding your arms one up, one under. Expand. And exhale, rotate those hands. Lift up. You are so perfect. You're doing the class. You're challenging yourself. And you're continuing to come back every class. Yay, you. I'm so proud of you. And open. Last one. And release. Both hands come up. Hold them right here. One hand's going to drop down. So you're making that angle. Sit tall. And back to center. Drop the other one down. That elbow comes up. See the angle I'm making? Yep. I know you can do it. You're so strong. Now we're going to add that rotation. Let's go. Back to center. Rotate. Now one side may be a little bit more flexible than the other. That's absolutely how our bodies are made. Now let's make it more of a fluid movement. You're pulling through each section, so there's not really a pause in between. Often I need to break movements down to make it understandable. So if you already knew how to do this, yay you. But if you were a little confused, like how does she do that? Now you know. You got it. Let's add an extension right here. Got it. Back to center. Other leg extends. So here we are. We're doing moving, rotating, balancing, strength. You've put all of the elements together in this one move. Sit tall. Breathe. Last one. And release. Let those arms come down. Drop down to your side. Sit tall as you can. And open and close your arms. Flying like a goose. I feel like I should call this silly goose. That was one thing my mom would say to me when I was being silly. You silly goose. Believe it or not, as a kid, I was as silly as I am now. Maybe worse, I don't know. Being silly is not bad. I just like to make people laugh. Laughter is the best medicine. Lift. Maybe after class you can find a silly movie and grab a cup of tea and just laugh. Maybe that's what I'll do today. Bring it all the way up. Now come into prayer. Bring your hands together. Push it up. Palms open. Reach out to the sky. Open your fingers. Stop halfway. Come back up. And exhale into prayer. And reach up. Fingers spread. Stop halfway. Exhale. Out. Last time. And bring it in. You are fantastic. We did it. Chair Tai Chi with Coach Dina McD. I want to say that you get a double gold star today. You lasted the entire class and you keep coming back. So yay you. If you have any great stories, please send them my way. I would love to hear about your experience here with Chair Tai Chi. Thanks. Have a blessed day. Bye.